All right, so for alligator angles, I'm going to go over how we can use this to measure using this tool, a protractor. So you should all have a protractor. Thankfully, that's something that I thought for you to bring home before we left school. Okay, so let me just go over a protractor really quick. It's hard because it's like transparent, but you can see if you look at yours, first of all, the bottom is just a ruler in case you wanted to use it like a regular ruler. So pretending that that's not even there, okay? So it's a 6-inch ruler. You were used to 12-inch rulers, but this is just a 6-inch ruler, okay? It also has centimeters. Up here is a ruler, so again, you could just measure straight lines. That's not what we're going to be using. Okay, we're going to be using these measurements because we are essentially measuring openings. We're measuring how big an opening is. So if it's acute, okay, or if it's a right angle, a 90-degree angle, or if it's obtuse, okay, as big as the opening is, we can measure it with this tool. Okay, so I'm going to show you how. So this is very important. This, if you can find right now with your fingers, this circle, okay, you can actually put like your pen or pencil through there, okay? And so that is really important. So let's start with owl, okay? Let's measure owl. Okay, so to measure owl, we are going to put that circle on the, remember, this is called the vertex. Okay, we are going to find the vertex, and that circle has to go right on the vertex. Then what you do is, okay, the circle is good, right on the vertex. Then what you do is you make sure this line is running straight. So I know it's running straight because there's actually a straight line right here. Okay, and my line follows that. So one of your sides needs to follow that. The other side is going up, up, up. Now, if I kept going with owl, I would see that owl is right about here. So my options up here are 60 and 120. I want you to think real quick about owl. If a right angle, a 90-degree angle would be about this big, okay, right? It would be, remember we said a square angle is about, it's a perfect square corner like that. So that's 90 degrees. Remember, that perfect square opening is 90 degrees. Owl's mouth is a little bit less than 90. So owl is acute, smaller than 90 degrees. So if I line this up again, the vertex on the circle, one line going straight on the ruler, the other one here, I want to think real quick, do I think that owl's mouth is open to 60 or 120? Well, 60 makes sense. So owl, because owl is acute, so owl must be a 60-degree angle. Okay, let's look at some of the others. Let's look at Ashley. Oh, and by the way, really quick, I just want to show you back at owl. Pretend I lined it up, my vertex and this side. Okay, so my vertex, and now this line is on the straight line, and this is opening. Look, it's the same thing, except my options are 120 and 60 again. So it's the same thing. I would just say, wait a minute, it's definitely an acute angle, so it's 60. Okay, so it doesn't matter which side you choose, as long as your vertex is in the middle and one of your sides, one of these lines, is following the protractor line, the 0-degree line here. So my vertex is lined up on Ashley. I've got one of my lines following this straight line on the protractor, and now the other one is opening up to about there to show where how big Ashley's opening of her mouth is. Okay, so my options are and I'm going to go approximately 40 or 140. Technically, I think it's actually a little less than that, but we could talk about it. So if my options are 40 or 140 degrees for this opening in Ashley's mouth, I think that I know that Ashley is less than a right angle. A right angle would be, remember, here's my 90-degree angle. A right angle would be about actually I could do an exact right angle, would be this. Ashley's mouth is opened way less than that. It's actually about half of that. So if this whole thing is 90 degrees, Ashley's going to be like, I don't know, about half of that, about 45 degrees. So again, when I line this up, vertex and the line, if my options are about 40 or 140, I'm going to say that Ashley is about 40-degree angle. Okay, so far we've got that Al was 60, Ashley was 40. Okay, let's do the others really quick. Andrew's drinking a baby bottle. Okay, that's what that is if you didn't know. So let's see, vertex, line one of my lines up. The other one, okay, this is tricky because I can't even draw. So I've got my vertex, I've got my line up. I look, I'm just kind of like, sometimes I even draw on the protractor. It's either 10 or 170 degrees. Now this is a very small angle. So I'm going to say that one was 10 degrees. Okay, let's check Amanda. Now, think about what you know about Amanda. Like Andrew, I knew was going to be small. I knew it was acute. Think about Amanda. If this is a 90-degree angle, Amanda is 90 degrees, and so if that's about 90, Amanda's 90 and more eating these fish. So Amanda is going to be an obtuse angle, which remember is going to be greater than 90 degrees. So I should expect that when I use the protractor, it's good to make an estimate greater than 90 degrees.